Hey peeps, Gamer Droid here. Welcome back to Satisfactory, where we're under the map. And I don't know how we got here. I logged out, and when I logged back in, we're under the surface. I can't move forward, can't move back, can't really do anything. Can I get out? Yes, I can get out and fall to my death. So I suppose that's what we're going to have to do, and say goodbye to our vehicle. Okay, are we going to respawn anywhere sensible? Yes, we are. Okay, so presumably we've lost everything. Wonderful. So we're back to square one. We have nothing once again. So I'm going to have to build. I was wondering why I was going so slowly. It's because we don't have the blade runners anymore. I'm just going to have to build everything again and get us going. One moment. Okay, folks. Well, I have our stuff back mostly, and our phantom lifts are back as well, so that's really good. Nightmare. I guess we now have a explorer under the terrain somewhere. Forever. There we go. What can we do? It's experimental after all, and the server is definitely experimental that we're on, and that I believe is probably the cause of most of the problems. So, what do? We carry on. That's all we can do. So today I wanted to get our rotors built because we need to increase the rotor capacity in order to make the motors that we need. Now rotors, thankfully, are, well, I say thankfully, rotors are a pain in the butt because they need screws. Anything that needs screws is a pain in the butt. And what I'm going to do is create a screw factory properly somewhere and bus screws over here. Now, I can't remember how many things, resources, 270. Okay, we're gonna need a lot more screws than 270, so we're probably gonna need to double that and bus a lot of screws over here. Or do we make the screws here? That is the question. So let's just have a look. How many screws? Yeah, okay, 12. It's probably easier to bus iron ingots over here and make the screws here as we need them. So if we want to do that, we're going to need somewhere in the region of 90. Let's have a think. Let's say 90 iron ingots. Iron ingots are made in the smelter. Let's have a look. Let's do some figuring out. So let's say 90. Let's say we get 90 iron ingots coming out. Then how many screws would that give us? So it was 12.5. Here we go, the calculations. 12.5 a minute gives us 50. Well, let's just do it with this calculation here. So 25 iron ingots makes 20 screws. And if we want, I don't know, 400 screws, okay, obviously that's 20 lots of that. So 120 divided by 5. It's 5, 4, 4. So yeah, maybe 4 smelters worth of screws. That's 120. Okay, so we need to find ourselves a node of 120. We need to maximise the screws. And there is a couple of iron nodes just over here, if I remember rightly. Somewhere. Let's go and see what they give us. I'm sure there's one over here. Yeah. Right here. So these are impure, but we could put a Mark II on it. And we've got 2 of them. That will give us 120. Okay. So we can build a screw factory. Well, we can extend down here. So that is what I'm going to do. I haven't got the resources to build it just yet because we haven't got any resources at all. I will go and pick up what we need, and we will turn 120 iron into as many screws as possible. Let's do this. Hey, well peeps, let's see if these screws actually work. We've got our iron now being drilled with our Mark II miners, and again this is mirrored, it's the same on both sides. Well, let's see if one side works, and then we'll just verify the other side is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And yeah, you see that's already broken. Okay. Mark 1 belt. Yeah, these needs to be Mark II belts. So that's our first bug fix. And same with this one. Let's get this done. These don't need to be Mark II actually, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's check out this side. We've got them coming into the smelters. That's producing 60 a minute. And that looks like it's working on both sides. They're all being merged onto a line, 120 a minute. That should all then be very slowly merging onto these lines. And with any luck, we should see some screws coming out of somewhere. Please, anyone? Screws? Screws. Okay, it is going to take a little bit of time for it all to ramp up, but the screws, wonderful. I'll come back after and just verify everything is working. But essentially, it's all being brought over here onto 2 lines. There is a floating bit of concrete at the moment. That is simply because this is in the way. But it's probably better not to have it there at all. We shall work out a way of making it look more stable at some point in the future. But let's, for now, see if we can get over here and see if our screws actually make it to the factory, which would be helpful. So far, one side, and hopefully we'll start seeing the other side. Excellent. Okay, so we now have screws coming to the factory, which means we can get on with the next part. And we can probably do that on the next floor. Or the next floor to that. Let's get up there the quicker way. One moment, please. Well, okay, at last we have finally got somewhere. It's a bit of a mess, but this is all going to be destroyed again. And I'll explain why in a second. I can just bounce my way up here and I'll explain what's going on there. So we have two assemblers over here, both working to produce rotors. We're getting 10 a minute out of each, that's 20 a minute rotors coming out. Why have we got nothing going in there? Oh, there they come. I think that was a visual glitch rather than anything else. Although, maybe not. I want you to go and check that screw output. It seems to be stopping. I'll check that now. But if it is working, when we see that we have 20 rotors coming out, like so, and then we have two here, which are producing the stators, and they're also producing 10. Right, yeah, they're producing 5 a minute each, so we've got 10 in total coming out of there. And then they're being fed over to these two, which are taking the rotors and the stators and producing motors. Now, this all needs to be ramped up and changed. We need more. We need to be producing 20 of these, not 10 of these. Okay, well I can't do anything about that at the moment because we've run out of stuff. Let's go over to the screws and see what's going on there, and while we're there I'll explain why this whole thing is about to be demolished. No, a lie, it's not about to be demolished, it is going to be demolished. And that is because Coffee Stain Studios has done something rather remarkable, and I will explain what that is momentarily. Okay, we seem to have screws going alright from there. Is it this side? This side isn't going alright. What's going on here? It looks as though this conveyor belt's not working. Let's put that back. Oh, these belts. Right. That's it. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Out. See screws going. Good. Okay, that will fix that problem. Okay, so what I was saying before we were rudely interrupted by my complete incompetence is that Coffee Stain Studios, the developers of this fine bit of software, have added a feature that is really very useful. Unfortunately, they added it after we built the starter of this. And that is, if we put a foundation down somewhere, let's go to a bit of blank land. So here, we put a foundation down and we build a factory on there. Wonderful. And somewhere else in the world, we go along and we build foundation down and we build a factory there. Very good. But these two foundations don't match up. So if we're trying to run, if we expand it and try and run stuff, it ain't gonna work. So what they have done, what Coffee Stain Studios has done, which is terrific in my opinion, is they've made a world grid. And if I hold down the control button and snap it, it will build me a foundation based on the world grid. And so if over here we want to build another factory and we put it on the world grid, then what happens is in the future we could link those up and they're all going to be perfectly in line. The problem is our factory over there is not based on the world grid. And in fact, if we just build a few up here and zoop some out. Why isn't it going? Hello? Oh. Like that. You will see that our factory is close to the world grid, but not exactly on it. I did line it up north, south, east, west when I first put down the first piece, so it's in the same sort of orientation, but it's not completely in the same grid. And while that's not really a huge problem, depending on how far we take this, it could become a problem. So the only solution is to rebuild this, which is what I'm going to do. Let's get rid of all this. Now, all the new stuff I've been building recently, including all of this lot, is on the world grid. So if I was to put down a thing there, and you would see that that would absolutely line up. Let's change the mode to vertical. You see, perfect. So all the new stuff is world grid based, which is why some of the angles may look a bit weird, but our initial base is not. So there's no point in sighing. That's it. It's going. So I have now, as a result, taken less care about how I do things over there, and it's all another temporary setup, but it will make things a lot simpler for the future. Okay, that's it. What's next? Well, next is an adventure. We're going to go and unlock our next stage, which we need 50 motors for. So let's just go and grab the motors. We're also going to need some pipe, I think it was. Yep, so I've got everything coming into here. So we've got 50, excellent. Was it pipe we needed? Let's just grab some pipe. Oh, you can see I've also started increasing the size of some of these. But again, we're going to make a new, a new storage facility. I can't believe we're doing it all again. That will be that. Right, okay, so we also need some, let's go, all of that. We need 500 copper sheets, which we do have somewhere. Copper sheet, excellent, 500, and that will get our processing doing. We also have a map.
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. The byproducts of oil refinement can be used after further processing, as seen in the refinery. Caution: this is a reminder to minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, let's have a look. How do we open the map? Here we go. We have a map. I completely forgot that we had a map. Now, our base is here. That's where we are at the moment. And oil is around here. I know that from past experience and checking out maps and stuff. So we're going to be going around there. There are also, along this route, a number of crash sites. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and scout our location for our oil refinery. And while we're there, we're going to pick up as many hard drives as possible to get some more research done. And we're going to take an explorer to do it. So I will get together the bits we need for the explorer and get it built, and we'll go for an explore. Yeah, well, peeps, I've got together a load of stuff that we might need to open some of these drop pods. I have our vehicle here. I've got way too much coal on me though, so I'm going to just dump the last bit of coal off. What's that? Iron ore, don't need to take that with me. Let's go and see what we can do exploration-wise. However, on our way, we need to go and check out the power, because the power's just all gone off, which is a bit of a problem. And I think the easy fix for that is probably just to build another power station. We're almost at the end of what we need to do. Where's my power station? I'm disorientated. What's behind us? Okay. Yeah, well done. I'm hoping I can fit one more thing up here. We've certainly got the water to do one more. Hopefully one will be all we need to keep this thing running for a little bit longer. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. So just bear with me a second while we copy and paste. The floor is too steep. No, it's not. You can go there. How are we going to get this down? Okay. The answer is in a really, really janky way. But at this stage, I just need to get it back up and running. Okay, I'll just fall down here. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. We're okay. Okay, pipeline, please. Let's just want the pipeline into there. There should be enough water. This is all going very soon. As soon as we've got our fuel set up. Okay, that's all coming in nicely. And let's attach that to a power line and turn our power back on. And hopefully... no. Okay, hopefully we'll get this going rather quickly. I think what I'm going to have to do is disconnect the main factory for a second. Just while this reboots. Okay, and once it's all rebooted and everything's back online, we should be able to bring the factory back online. Yeah, well, peeps, I've added a few more power plants here. Another 3 on this side. It's not enough. It still keeps crashing out. So we're going to have to come back to that. But I think if we go and get our oil sorted out, then that will certainly help the situation. So let's go and see what we can find. Okay, come to our first location, and I've brought enough stuff to make ladders and platforms. Let's see what we're going to find up here. I'm sure we're going to find something nasty that wants to kill us, or you'll find me just wanting to jump out, jump off. Yeah, none of that was great. I've got no food. Okay, this is all bad. This is all bad. Let's try this again and see how we can do what's going to get us. Something's going to get us, I'm sure. Nope. Nothing. Really? I don't believe that. Okay, let's get all this good stuff. I I'm a bit paranoid there's something out here. Hello, can I pick that up? Thank you. Okay, what's it going to take to open this? Nothing. Oh, quick wire. Okay. Just one then. Fantastic. Okay, how do we get back down? It's under the trees here somewhere. Let's take it gently. Try to do as little damage to ourselves as possible. And clear up after ourselves. Okay, there's the first one. On to the next. Okay, found another one. Just got rid of 2 nasties. Not much here. What's this going to take to open? Oh, is it this out here? It is, okay. What? Need 20 megawatts. And steel beams, okay. We can, I was going to say we can make a biomass burner. I have no biomass to burn, but actually we can get leaves, that's okay, we can do that. Let's create that and power it up. And we should have enough leaves just to run this. Capacity 30, yeah, that should be okay. Let's go and get this. Bingo. Second hard drive. Alright, on to the next. I can get out. Well, folks, this is a dangerous area, as you can see. I have, yeah, I've got to deal with this again. I've just been killed again, so I'm going to have to run over here. But we have found oil, which is amazing. That is that. And in the next episode, we will start clearing this area and making it safe for us to start processing and getting some fuel and sorting our power out. So for now, we will head back to base, like so, and I will head out and go and rescue our stuff and see you in the next episode. If you've enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It does help me out. And we'll see you next time. Take care now. Bye bye.